So our discussion for today is about advanced presentation skills. So I will be discussing two presentation software. One is using PowerPoint and also using the second is using Canva. So this is a presentation software, or the PowerPoint presentation software works. So I will be discussing in this PowerPoint presentation how, for example, hyperlinks and animation and transition works. So this is how it works. So as defined, hyperlinks in PowerPoint are similar to links you might have seen on a web. So they allow you to jump back and forth between specific slides in your presentation, to move fast that don't work on PowerPoint slides, to other files, or to web page. So actual four options in creating your hyperlink. So existing file or web page, place in this document, create a new document, and email address. So I will be discussing this later. So I will give an example. This can be applied into your PowerPoint. Next is also the animation. So it will animate your text or images in your slide, and also the transition is a visual effect that occurs when you move from one slide to the next during a presentation. So how, for example, this animation and transition works. So let us actually apply animation in this text, for example. So let's just now go to the animation tab and then look, for example, an animation that can be applied to your text or even your images. So if you want, for example, to add an image to your slide, then you can click this, insert, and then you want, for example, to animate this image, then you go to animation, and then you can actually select. So we will just use the class the entrance animation. So for example, I want to swivel. So in this part I want, for example, to grow. So this is actually how animation works. So it can be applied to your text in your slide and also to your images. So let us try, for example, to run if our slides already have this animation. So as you can observe, animation is already being applied to your slide. So how about, for example, transition? So this is actually how transition works. So transition is applied in every slide where it can be seen before you go to the next slide. So if you want to apply a transition to your slide, then you go to the transition tab, and then we'll select this transition. So it is expected to open this slide, that transition will appear, and then before going to the next slide, so this transition will appear. So let us try So as you can observe, So this is actually the transition that we applied in our first slide. Then the animation. Then after that is our, so that is another transition. So that is class how animation and transition works in your PowerPoint. So how about hyperlinks? So hyperlinks works now. You use a shape, no, so that you can have a button on your for your hyperlink. Create a hyperlink na using an image. So for example, this button I want to open a document. So let us say let's go to hyperlink and then existing file. So I want, for example, to open this hello sample. So that is hello sample document. So let us try now if I will be or in other words pressing now this shape. This should be open no at the hello sample document. So let us click now this image. So it is expected no to open since your hyperlink is being linked to this document. So let us have another example. So let us say that this button I want to directly go to the fourth slide. Then what you should do is to set again now the hyperlink, and then let's say place this order, and I want, for example, to go to the fourth slide entitled animation. So okay, so it is expected class that when I click this button or shape, it will directly go to the fourth slide. So as you can observe, no, it automatically go to the fourth slide. So that is how animation, how hyperlinks work in PowerPoint. So let us also try to explore or creating a presentation using Canva class. So this Canva class is actually an online application where you can create for example a tarpaulin. Aside from the presentation, you can also create, for example, an infographic. So let us try Canva first class on how, for example, to use it using presentation Canva. So we will go to the canva.com website. So if you are not registered yet, then you need to register it first, and if you already have a Google email, then you can use that as your email in registering Canva. So this is actually how Canva looks like, class. So we can create, for example, a presentation or an image for your social media, or a video, or any print products, or maybe images for your website. So Canva is just the answer. So we will be creating a presentation class using Canva. So this is how it works. So as you can observe, class, you can manually create your own presentation. Let us say, for example, I want to have now this presentation. So if you want another slide, then just click uh, the plus button, and then for example I want another actually I can type now my own text. For example, selecting this, so let us say hello class. You can add background class by using this background option. This is how, for example, this works. And then after that, now you can actually apply also an animation or page animation in every slide. And then let's just try now to play the slide. So that is actually how now this Canva works. But if you want, for example, class now to have a ready-made template, you can really look now for a template that can be added to your slide. So this is now we will select this template, apply to all pages. So replace all pages, for example. Then you can edit the text. Let us say Juan de la Cruz, and then next now about me. So you can edit what the content that you want, for example, in your slide. So let us try also again now to add animation in each slide. So you will just now select animation in every slide, for every slide. So let us try now to run this presentation. So as you can observe, class, so animation is being applied now in every slide. So that is actually how Canva works, class. So if you are done with your presentation, you can share a link. You can share this link and then send it send it to me or to our Google Drive. You just give me the link, or you can download the presentation, and then so you download it in an MP4 format. So after you download your presentation, then you can send it to our Google Drive for checking. For your activity, so you can choose to create your presentation using Canva or using the PowerPoint. You can, if you are also familiar, class, now with the Google Slide, you can also use that now. That is also now an online application and can be used now for your presentation. So that's all, class. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate not to ask questions, and then I will just give the instruction for the activity of this lesson. So that's all. Thank you and God bless.